JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 3rd of September 2020, so yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Thursday's afternoon session where we're going to have a quick look at the markets. A few of the charts, some of the charts that we looked at this morning and yesterday as well, just to see how everything's kind of getting along. But yeah, as always, before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so also just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. So let's have a quick look at what's happening here with the German index here. So the German DAX, you can see that it's still balancing above that level that I was talking about this morning, and that's a 13,314 zone. We did get initially, we did get a nice push, a stronger push to the upside, where the index managed to reach the area just around the 13,450. But as you can see, the buyers kind of failed to maintain that level, and yep, now we're seeing the bears kicking in here again and dragging this one a little bit lower. However, still the index remains in the positive territory, and the most important for us here is if it's gonna, will it be able to close above this highest point of July near the 13,314 zone. If it does, then well, not all is lost here for the buyers still, so we could see this one making its way up again. However, if it starts falling below the this 13,314 zone, well, maybe not all is good here in the bull block, and we could see this one correcting a little bit lower here towards the 21-day EMA initially, or even going all the way towards this upside support line taken from the low of the 15th of June. So again, keep your eyes on this highest point of July near the 13,314 level. Now jumping into the US Dow Jones Industrial Average Index, and yesterday I talked about this when I was saying that what we're going to do here is we're going to keep an eye on the 28,893 territory, and if that gets broken, then yes, this increases the chances for this index to move further north. And as you can see, the index managed to move all the way towards the 29,100 zone. It found resistance here. Looking at the cash index right now and where it's currently trading at, and it's trading slightly below that yesterday's close. So in a way, of course, we'll keep it careful, because on the one hand we do have an index which is quite maybe, let's say, overstretched here to the upside, but to be honest, looking at Nasdaq and S&P, there's no such thing as being overstretched here right now. So again, for now, as long as the index remains above this 28,893 territory, then yes, there is a likelihood for this one to move further north towards the all-time high near the 29,569 area, roughly around here. And if that gets broken, now this is where more buyers could be joining in here and potentially driving this one even further north. But again, for now, we're still a little bit more on the positive side, unless this unless the price here starts falling back below the 28,733 mark, which is marked by the high of the 28th of August, or in other words, the highest point of August. So if it falls below that, then yep, we will consider a bit of a larger correction to the downside, because don't forget that we're still trading above these two upside lines here. One is taken from the low of the 2nd of April, and the other one is taken from the low of the 23rd of March. Now both of those are tentative, don't get me wrong, but yep, we'll at least target the slightly steeper one and the slightly longer one here initially if we get a drop back below the 28,733 territory. So watch this area, but of course for now also keep your eyes on this 28,893 zone. If the price continues to balance above it, then there's a chance for Dow Jones Industrial Average to move further north. DXY. So DXY had a fantastic move today to the upside. It tested this 21-day EMA again. I talked about this yesterday, and as you can see, it found resistance here near this level, near this line. So what we need is a nice good push above this 21-day EMA. As currently we're not really getting that. We're just getting a test of that area, but also what we would like to see here is at least a daily candle staying above the 21-day EMA, and then yes, we could maybe go for a bit of a larger correction here to the upside. For now, it's just stuck here. It's stuck below this 21-day EMA. So to be honest, we're probably going to take a bit of a neutral stand on this one, because for the downside probably would need to see a nice good drop again below the 92.24 territory, or initially of course below the 92.55 zone here, and then we could consider a bit of a larger maybe a move lower here, maybe going back all the way here towards the current lowest point of September, and that's roughly around 91.75 level. So again, for now, be very careful, guys. It is quite tempting to go long here, but let's wait for that confirmation close above this 21-day EMA. Now silver is dropping lower today. It's breaking this short-term upside support line taken from the low the 17th of July, and yep, as you can see, it moved lower, almost managed to reach the 21-day EMA, but then the bull started pushing this one back to the upside. Now of course this idea is no longer valid, where I was saying that we would like to see maybe a hold up here near this upside line somewhere. Now you can see this upside line got broken. Now we'll have to just play it slightly differently. Now first of all, I'll keep this upside line just for now, until maybe tomorrow, just to see where in the precious metal will close in relation to this upside line. But what I'm going to focus here mainly on for now will be a few of the levels here. So now one of the levels probably that I'm going to look at here will be this 28.32 territory, roughly around here, marked by the high of the 2nd of September. Which is of course yesterday. So of course then if we get a push back above that level, then of course the aim is the current highest point of this week, and that's roughly around 28.90 zone. But if that gets broken, now this is where it could open the path towards higher levels. For now, we're just, like I said, the only thing we can do is to kind of stay a little bit on the cautious side. In terms of the downside, as I mentioned previously, we would like to see a drop at least below the 26.06 level here, marked near the lows of the 25th of August and 26th of August, and then we could maybe go for a bit of a larger correction to the downside. For now, we're just observing the price action here, and let's see where this commodity will end day today. Now Brent oil. So Brent oil is breaking this short-term upside support line taken from the low of the 12th of June, and in addition to that, what I was saying previously when I was covering Brent oil, in order to get comfortable with lower areas, we would need to see a nice good move below the 43.62 level as well. That's marked by the low of the 21st of August, and then yes, further declines could be possible. At the moment, you can see exactly that. So yesterday we had a break of this upside line, and today we're having a continuation move lower, which is breaking this this support zone near the 43.62 territory. So now in a way everything's kind of a little bit leaning more towards the downside. Initially we'll target this 100-day EMA here shown as the green line on our daily chart, and then we could target this 41.41 zone marked by the low of the 30th of July. So again, we'll go step by step on this one. We're not going to rush into anything yet. Of course, the ideal scenario here maybe is to see a move back below that psychological 40 mark, and then maybe a test of this 36.96 level here. But again, that's a bit of a far move here still. So for now, let's keep an eye on this 100-day EMA shown as the green line, that which is currently kind of moving around near the 42.50 zone. So in a way, the commodity here could end up testing that area. But again, it's a bit of a tricky one here. So for now, we'll stay cautiously bearish, I would say. But if by any chance this commodity today ends up staying above this 43.62 zone, now we'll probably take a bit of a cautious neutral approach here and wait for the next move. In a way, now looking at this picture, in order to consider the upside, well, we would still need to see a push back above this upside line and a push above the 46.08 level, and only then we could aim for higher areas. Now jumping into Bitcoin, and look at this beautiful move here today. So Bitcoin is dropping lower. It is moving below this upside support line I talked about previously. This one is taken from the low 13th of March. Now the big question here is, will it stay below it, or well, actually will it be able to remain above this upside line? If it does remain above this upside line, then maybe not all is lost here for the bulls. However, if it stays below it, then well, we'll start looking at some lower areas. So for now, guys, keep your eyes on this one. This is exactly what I was talking about this morning when I was covering Bitcoin. I was saying that we could be seeing here a potential complex head and shoulders pattern here, and if so, then well, yep, in a way, slightly lower levels here could be met. Now jumping into AUD NZD, jumping into a few pairs, and this morning and yesterday I was talking about this pair, and basically I was telling us to keep a close eye on this short-term upside support line taken from the low of the 18th of March, and you can see that currently it is doing this job, and it's getting it's keeping the rate above it. So in a way, of course, let's see if this idea will work out, where initially I was saying that if it falls below the 1.0880 zone, then we could consider a possible move towards this upside line, which, if remains intact, could attract the bulls again, who could take advantage of the lower rate and drive it higher again. So what you could do right now is keep your eyes on this 1.0880 level. If we get a move back above it, then it increases the chances for this pair to move to the upside again. So at the same time, this would place the rate above the 21-day EMA. But again, for now, it is where it is. So let's see if the pair can stay above this upside line, and in addition to that, can it actually move back above this 1.0880 level? If it cannot, and if it starts breaking this upside line and falls below the 1.08 level, then well, I mean, this could turn out to be a little bit more ugly for the buyers. So keep your eyes on this one. USD JPY here very quickly. Quick update. So yesterday we saw the pair moving nicely above the 106 territory, so that's good news here for the buyers. Today we're seeing a further move above this area, and yep, in a way everything's kind of leaning towards the idea that which I was mentioning this week, that we could see maybe a bit of a larger correction here to the upside if the rate gets comfortably above the 106 zone. And for now everything's working out according to that plan, so let's see if this can move towards the 107.05 level, or this downside resistance line taken from the high of the 24th of March. GBP CAD, also something that I talked about recently, and recently I was mentioning this upside support line taken from the low of the 1st of July. You can see that today we had a bit of a decline here. It almost tested that this upside line, and yep, basically can see that this area still, this upside line still kind of provides some sort of support, and we can see that exactly here happening today. Of course, today is not finished yet, so we do have the full US session to go through. So let's see how all this is going to play out, but of course, yep, let's see if this pair can actually travel higher. Now, the reason I've shifted this barrier here a little bit higher, and basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep an eye on this 1.74. Well, we can actually round it up towards the 1.75 zone. So a nice push back above the 1.75 territory here could open the door towards higher levels, and the pair could move a bit higher here initially towards the current highest point of this week near the 1.7555 zone, or towards the highest point of July near the 1.7675 level. But again, for that, we would, to get a little bit more comfortable with higher levels, we would need to see this one pushing back above the 1.75 zone. And finally, Euro USD. So this pair initially was drifting lower, but as you can see, the bulls kind of jumped in quickly and drove this pair back up, back above the 1.1815 level, back above the 21-day EMA. So in a way, we can see that the bulls are not giving up, and let's see if all this is going to be just a false breakout here below this 21-day EMA, as we did here, as we did have that last week, for example. So if something like this will be similar, and we'll have a similar thing like we had yet last week, then there is a possibility to see this one reversing back to the upside here, going back towards that psychological 120 zone, or even above that. But again, like I said, for now, the only thing we probably is best to do is to wait and see where this pair is gonna end this daily candle in relation to this 21-day EMA. If it's gonna stay below it, then we'll continue targeting this upside support line. But if it remains here where it is right now, then, well, we could see maybe a reversal here back to the 1.20 zone a little bit earlier. So guys, I really hope you found it useful, and thank you very much for watching and listening. I really appreciate your time. I hope you found it, like I said, I hope you found it useful. And if you want to catch my video tomorrow morning, as always, my traders espresso, that's 6 o'clock GMT time. But for now, guys, I hope you have a wonderful trading day, or remaining trading day, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much, and bye.